Hello, is this live? Yes, we are live. Hello, what's up? Okay, so before we begin, I just want to tell you a bit about the reference. And this reference is generated by ChatGPT. So previously I used Gemini for a lot of my references, but this time I thought maybe I should give ChatGPT a go. And it did an insane job, bro. Also, I wanted a close-up of the face because I wanted to see how would I go about it. And oh, why is it not here? Oh, yeah, this one. Sorry. And yeah, you can see, bro, like it just creates such a detailed reference that I love this. And I also like how the original reference has no eyes. So there's no eyes over here. But what ChatGPT did with this one is that it made these eyes as well. Now, I personally do like it. Not sure about you, but I really like the eyes, bro. Even though the original Mahoraga, I don't think he has eyes. We don't see his eyes in the anime, and that's what makes him a lot scarier. But I do like that design. So without any further ado, let's just begin. Hello, Nomad. What's up, my man? Also, this time I tried something new. What did I try? Yeah. So for the stream, bro, I tried low latency. Previously, I noticed that there was a bit delay in whatever I would say and how you guys would interact with me. And the reason that I stream in the first place is because I like interacting with you. I don't like to stream in a way where, okay, the streamer is there and he's streaming his stuff and he does not interact at all and he's just doing his work. Now, for me, streaming is like an excuse to interact. So that is why I like to stream. I like to interact in my streams. And I think low latency will help with that. Not sure what difference that would make, but today we will find out. And this is a really interesting design, bro. The first time I watched JJK, I wasn't really good at sculpting the bodies. And then I decided, okay, someday, bro, yeah, one day, I'm gonna sculpt Mahoraga. And that day is today. I also got a comment under my last stream where someone suggested, hey, can you sculpt Mahoraga? And I thought, okay, bro, this is like the perfect excuse to do it. This is also the weekly challenge inside the Da Vinci School this week. And I thought, why not do it here? So I'll be honest, bro, I wanted to get this done earlier, but I've been really busy re-recording the whole course again. The free 1 month head sculpting challenge, I am re-recording the entire thing, and I think it's going to be an absolute banger. It's going to be fire this time. We already got amazing results with version 1, but version 2.0, it's going to be the bomb. It's going to be amazing, bro. I am super excited. Perfect. I absolutely love interacting with streamers. Also, I'm excited to see this, to see how you will sculpt non-human characters and to see how you will do it. I am excited myself as well, man. This is almost like a creature, and I don't do creatures a lot. But it's a humanoid creature, and I'm pretty curious myself to see how this would go. And it's a good thing to challenge ourselves occasionally with stuff like this, bro. And personally, I know a lot of streamers, what they like to do is they like to practice beforehand when they want to do a live stream. So they practice beforehand, before going live. They practice the reference once, but I just like to go for it. I don't like to practice and then I just want to show you the raw process of how it, if it sucks, it sucks. It's a learning lesson, and that's how it should be, bro. The worst case scenario is not that you fail at something. The worst case scenario is that you never even tried. So failing is part of the process. And people need to realize this. You have to suck before you get good. And whenever you do try something new, there's a high chance you're going to fail. And that's okay. It's part of the process. That's how you learn as a human being. Now, some people argue that no, Ishaq, the best way to learn something is not by your mistakes, but the best way to learn is through other people's mistakes. And that is absolutely true, bro. That is very true. And that is very intelligent as well. If we learn from others people's mistakes, that is amazing. But some mistakes we have to make on our own. For example, bro, if I want to learn how to swim, I cannot watch another person drown and learn how to swim from that, I have to get wet myself. The same thing goes for sculpting. If I want to learn how to sculpt, bro, I have to get my hands dirty. I have to make mistakes of my own. And you can still learn from other people's mistakes. So you can learn from my mistakes. Like, for example, bro, I spent years trying to figure shit out and memorizing name of bones and muscles and all of that, whereas I never had to do it. So that is one thing you can learn from my mistakes. But how to actually sculpt? So you have to sculpt with me. You have to get your hands dirty. And if you do want to learn from me, there's a link in the description. There's also a pinned link in the chat that will lead you to my free 1 month health sculpting challenge that has already helped so many artists find the answer to sculpting that they never thought they would find. This course is literally everything I wish I had when I was learning, and I'm re-recording the whole thing. I'm re-recording the whole thing because I think I can do a much better job this time around. The previous one is amazing as well, but I think we can double down on it. We can get better results. There's so much more that I've learned. There's so many mistakes that I've observed, common mistakes I've seen people repeating, and my goal this time is to reduce the time, bro. So previously the 1 month challenge, of course the name suggests, is you get results within 1 month. It's still going to be the 1 month challenge, but my aim is that you get results within 2 weeks. That is how I want to restructure the whole course. I'm super excited for it. I tried sculpting a dog's body the other day and it looked decent, to be honest. All I did was the base mesh. But you say you don't have to learn the muscle names, but you do need to know how it looks and where they go at least. How they looks, yes, but where do they go? Not so importantly. Yes, sometimes it does help, but you don't need to know it for every muscle, bro. A lot of the muscles in our body, we can see them visually attaching somewhere. For example, the neck muscle, you can see it starts here and then it attaches to the collarbone. This is something that we can see. But for example, a lot of the muscles of the legs, we cannot even see them. So there's no point. Like, I believe that we are artists, we are not doctors, and we just need to focus on the visual stuff that we can see. So knowing where things attach, where do they go, sometimes yes, it helps, but not always. We don't need the answer for everything. And I feel like I've gone too high poly, so I'll just reduce the poly count. Also, I do want to sculpt this massive tail thingy. What would be a reasonable price for a rigged character like this with animations? Depends, bro. It depends a lot on, are you doing this from scratch or where's the client from? Some people are willing to pay more, some people are not willing to pay as much. And how complex is the rig? Is this something that you can rig from Mixamo, or is this something that you absolutely have to do from scratch? Like for me, bro, if I make a character from scratch and I have to do some rigging and animation to it, I usually charge around $1,000 to $2,000. And that character too is not as detailed as this one. They're still a bit toony, cartoony characters. So that's how much I would charge. The way that you want to estimate is to see what your hourly rate is, estimate an hourly rate for yourself, see how much time would it take you to do it, and then you multiply that with your hourly rate, plus add some additional charges, because why not? And if you can sculpt really fast, or you do your work really fast, do not tell the client your hourly rate. Do not do that. Just give him a one-time price, a full price for the whole project. How much would you charge for the whole project? The reason that I say this is what happens a lot of time is what happened to me. I work extremely fast, bro. And if I have an hourly rate of, let's say, $30, and it takes me 3 hours to do something which would take another artist 6 to 7 hours to do, then I'm just underpricing myself. And I shouldn't do that. You're basically underpricing yourself if you do that. So what you want to do is charge higher. Just give him a full-time rate, a one-time rate of how much would you charge for that project. Now the other person might agree to it. But if you say, no, bro, I'm going to charge you $100 an hour because I sculpt extremely fast or I work extremely fast, that's not going to happen, bro. And pricing is something that is extremely tricky, bro. It depends on how you position yourself. The interesting thing is, people are willing to pay higher, but you have to find people. You have to find those quality people. And quality people, working with them, when you charge higher, the quality of the client automatically increases. It just automatically increases, bro. They moan less. They're happier to work with you. They believe in you more. They don't try to be the boss. They don't try to tell you how to do your work. And that's amazing. That's the kind of people that I like to work with. I used to charge really, really cheap on Upwork and Fiverr here and there. And what would end up happening is that those people thought that they were the artist. I'm not the artist. And they will ask you for little, extremely small, minute details that no one would notice, but they just want it. But when you work with someone who's paying you higher, he trusts you. He knows that, okay, you are the professional, you are the person with the vision, and they do not interfere. And a lot of people think that, okay, I need to justify my prices first. I need to get some experience first, and then I should charge higher. No, bro, just start charging higher. You should feel a bit uncomfortable saying the price that you want to charge initially. But then when it works, you're like, oh boy, really, it was that easy. May I ask, do you like sculptures? Oops. May I ask, do you like sculpting with a blocked out character, or do you just take a UV and start sculpting the body? You know, bro, like if you want to sculpt with the blocked out character, you need to know how to sculpt a character first. I see so many beginners and they just sculpt with these blocked out characters, just add details and they say, wow, I'm an artist, bro. I know how to sculpt. No, you don't. You're just using something to add details on. The reason people use blockouts is because they want to save time. And that works in a professional situation where let's say you're working for a freelance project or you have a job as a 3D artist and you're working in a studio. Time is of the essence. Time is money. And in that case, yes, you do want to use base meshes. No one cares about how you sculpt then. They just care about the results. So there's no point putting in that extra time sculpting something from scratch when you can save that time with using a blockout. But if you're doing something for practice and if you're in the process of learning, then yes, you should not be using blockouts. It just takes away from your learning. You won't learn anything. And blocking out is the most important stage in your sculpt. Always. If the blockout sucks, the details suck. The reason that people get good results with blockout is because the blockout already has all of the proportions and everything set. They just have to add the details. So it just goes ahead to show you that the blockout is everything. It is more important than the details. The details will suck if the blockout sucks. If the blockout is nice, then the details just take care of themselves. And right now this looks extremely ugly. I do not like where this is going, but still we will persist. It will get better. I promise. All right, I need something for the torso. I just want to block the stuff out, and then we'll worry about the details. This is why even inside the 1 month challenge, inside every program that I create, bro, my main emphasis is always on blocking out the foundational shapes first. It is everything. If you do not have the foundations down, it does not matter how many details you add. It does not matter what skin pore texture you use. It does not matter how realistic your texturing is. It will not make sense. It will suck. Good lighting, good texturing is not a fix for a bad sculpt. Adding more details is not a fix for a bad sculpt. Adding pores is not a fix for a bad sculptor. So the blocking out the main shapes, that is everything. That is the most important thing. And if a person actually sucks at doing that, that is all he should be practicing. He shouldn't be making a face from scratch every time, adding eyes and the mouth and the nose and the ears to the sculpt every time he sets to practice. All he needs to do is to just practice blocking out deliberately. And once he can do that comfortably, that is when he should proceed to the next thing, which is how to make the block out the face, what are the proportions of the eyes and the nose and everything. So initially, the main thing everyone should focus on is learning how to block the face out. How do you think is the best way to learn observed details from a reference and apply it properly to a blockout? That is a very good question, bro. I believe that everything can be observed as simple lines, curves, or S's. So if I am looking here at the reference, maybe not this one, this is a bit too complex, but let me load up something simpler. Oh boy, let me switch files. Yes, save. So you can see here, for example, if I want to block this shape out, what I will be looking at is, okay, where are the lines? So I can see a line here. I can see a slope here. I can see this bend here. I can see it curving out here. So try keeping an eye out for these details. And also another thing that you want to keep out is just try to find relations in the reference. For example, if I see this piece and I see this bend, I know that this part is behind this part. This part sticks out further. So you need to keep an eye out for these details. When you're looking at the front, just look at, okay, this is where the lower orbital of the eye socket is. Okay, now where is that in relation to other things? It's almost as low as this cheekbone over here. So you just try to find these relationships. The jaw, I can see, okay, the jaw is a straight line here, it's a straight line here, and then it has a bit of this beak or peak or whatever over here. You can see that the front of the mouth, it's a curve. A lot of people, what they do is they completely mess this up. So for example, let's say this is my reference. Okay, this is my reference, and in this case I would see, okay, I can see that, okay, this has a curve here, but the chin is what protrudes out the most. The chin is the furthest thing ahead, so I need to bring the chin out forward as well. So you just need to keep an eye out for these things. And a good example of this is, I'm sure younger, you've played that game where you have to find the differences. There are like two images and you have to find the differences in those images. It's the same thing, bro. Just play the same thing with the sculpt. Find the differences with the sculpt and the reference. Oh, bro, the bottle is all wet because of the condensation. I like to drink my water super chilled. I like drinking cold water, bro. But it makes a mess, bro. Damn, my mouse pad is all wet. Thank you so much. My pleasure, my friend. So you can see I'm doing the same thing over here. You see, I noticed that, okay, this slope is curving inwards, but in the reference, it's curving outwards. So let me draw it for you. I noticed that, okay, the trap here is curved this way, but the trap on the reference is curved this way. So I know that this is something that I need to fix. You just have to find these cues, these hints in your reference. And the best thing that you can do is to look, make an observation, and then sculpt. Look, make an observation, and then implement those things inside your sculpt. So many people, what they do, bro, is that they just sculpt what they think something looks like, and then they think, oh wow, why is this not working? Or maybe now it's time to look at the reference. No, bro, it's the other way around. You want to look first, sculpt second. My sculpts are beautiful, but when I rig it, it looks awful. Depends, bro. Like, are you weight painting it properly? A lot of the times, the deformation that happens is because of the bad weight paint. The weight paint just shrinks all of the muscles. Also depends, are you posing it in a T pose or an A pose? So when you sculpt, it's preferable that you sculpt it in an A pose. It just keeps the volume of things better than an A pose when you do rig things. A good thing he has this. I don't know what this is called. Is this called a tote? I don't know what this is called. This frock. Mahoraga wears a frock. Yeah, I don't know what this is, bro. But good thing we have it here. Otherwise, I would have had to sculpt a Mahoraga ass. Now, do you want to see a Mahoraga with an ass? If yes, I think we can do it. Maybe not, because we're a bit short on time. And I have to get this done. Try to get this done before the weekly challenge call starts inside the Da Vinci School. Yeah, I don't want to be late for that. And if there's something remaining, I think I can either do it in a part 2, but I don't think there will be. Yeah, we will try to get it done before that. Also, I've been just practicing heads for the new course draw. So my speed as sculpting the whole body, it's definitely a bit compromised. But we'll get this done. No problem. Let's see. And yes, Nomad, so if you're still watching, here's another thing to observe. I just observed that, okay, my collarbone comes here and then it curves up again. But in the reference, I can see it's a straight line that's coming down. So that is what I would adjust here as well. So we always just need to keep an eye out on the reference, see if it's close to our sculpture. If it's not, then we make the necessary adjustments. Okay, let's remesh this so that we can pull the leg up a bit. Let's pull this up, join it till the ass. In this case, we do not have an ass for the character, but that's fine. It's going to be covered by this frock. So yes, Mahoraga wears a frock. Okay. So for the legs, what I like to do is I like to block out the big shapes first. And there's a straight part here for the knees. And then the leg gets really thin. The interesting thing about the legs is that the silhouette of the legs, it all comes from the back, which is very interesting. What do I mean by the back? I mean the muscles of the legs, they are usually in the back, especially the lower leg. The silhouette on the lower leg is made because of the calf muscles, which are behind. Really interesting. Let's go to the side. Yo, when does all of these messages come? It just suddenly bombarded me. Okay, let me go through them. Well, it's called a beautiful. I did a T pose because I was worried about the armpit area, but I'll try A pose. Yeah. So T pose, A pose, that definitely has a lot of. It makes a big difference, bro. When you rig in, do move the corrector. Also gonna make constraints for shape keys. Yeah, shape keys is also good. So let's say you're stretching something and it's not working, you still want to keep that volume, you can have a shape key for that as well. I'll be super honest, bro. Sculpting and rigging, they are like two separate skills, and you might have to search and work a bit more on your rigging skills if you want to preserve all of that volume. So definitely something worth doing if that is a priority for you. What strength do you have smooth add? I just keep it at the default strength. I think it's 0.5. Yeah, okay, 0.7. So I just use whatever is the default by Blender. I don't adjust it at all. And it's the same for every brush. I don't adjust the strength for any of them. The only thing I play around is with the size of it. The rest I just let the pressure sensitivity of my tablet handle it. Let me mask this. Wait, can you see his messages but not mine? No, I can't see as I'm going through them one by one. They just suddenly popped on my screen. I don't know why. I started a thing with my friend the other day where I have sculpt something and send it to him every day. And if I don't have to, give him a couple of diamonds in Minecraft. Thank you so much. I'm getting really happy with my head results recently. I think I might do one more sculpt of level 1 and then move on to level 2. Yeah, perfect, man. By all means, definitely do that. I had a glimpse at your sculpts as well, and they do look nice. Though we will be going through them in depth in the second Roast Your Sculpt episode. And we'll be doing this every Saturday now. So every Saturday, I will go live on the channel and I will share specific feedback for every post made in that week. Keep up the great work, my friend. Thank you so much. My pleasure. I'm excited for you to get better and then sculpt your characters. See them in your hand. That would be so amazing, bro. That would be so sick. I tried the website that you mentioned me, but I wasn't able to figure it out. How do you set the sculpt? There were like so many materials there, and it just confused me. So I shut it down. Is it supposed to be that confusing, or did I do something wrong? There's a lot of materials. How do you decide which one do you want to use? Or does that depend from model to model? Like I thought that there's like two materials. There's resin and then there's PLA. But I guess I was wrong. PLA can melt in the sun. PETG provides more strength, but it's a little slower to print. But since you're just getting it shipped to your door, you don't have to worry about print time. So I just PETG. Okay. And does PETG get all of the details? I read and I saw that resin prints, they are able to capture more detail. But I've also seen some PLA printers getting some insane results now as well. Also, resin printers, they're really toxic. So it's not a good idea to have one at home. Though I know that the print is, when they do print, they do cure it and everything. One of the clients that I was working with, he also showed me this new printer. It was extremely expensive, but it could print in color. And that was so cool, bro. If you want every single detail, resin is the way to go, but resin is very brittle. But standard FTM printers that print PLA and stuff can get very good details. Yeah, something brittle is definitely something I don't want. Like I'm the kind of person, if something is sitting on my desk, it's likely to fall. I don't know why, bro. It just happens. Very likely to fall. Like just look at this. Let me show you. So I have this ring. I love rings and I love stones. So what happens is that I bought a stone, I got a ring made, and then I was sending a Snapchat to my sister showing her a trick about a game or something. And then what happened was I just noticed that the stone of my ring fell off, bro. It's an empty ring now. So there was this game on Snapchat where you have to tap, and how quick you tap gives you more result. And my score was around 300. I cannot find my phone where it is. But the trick basically was that instead of tapping with one finger, you tap with all four fingers, and it registers one click as four. So basically whatever your score is, it will multiply that by 4. I hope that makes sense. So if you're just tapping like this, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6. But if you're tapping like this, it's 4 8 16 20 24 28. And that was the trick. And as I was showing her, bro, look at this, look at what happened. The stone fell off. It's a good thing that I was able to find it. So luckily what happened is it fell somewhere that I could recover it from. So it's not lost. That I am glad. I'll have to take it back to the jeweler and get it made again. I started sculpting a few days ago. That's crazy. I think I've played it as well. Yeah, bro. So if you use all four fingers, you're gonna get a new high score. I started sculpting a few days ago and just finished practicing. Time to shatter my confidence watching. Oh no, bro. Why? Why shatter your confidence? It should inspire you. Let me show you, bro. What happens early if your confidence shatters is you give up and then you never reach here. So these are the characters that I make now. And before this, bro, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. Like you can see the results get bad and bad as I go behind. And this is where I started, bro. If I watched someone sculpting this and I would be like, hey, bro, this is something that I can never do. I wonder when I will reach that level. That's never going to happen. Bro, that you're just setting yourself up for failure. You want to look at this sculpt and you want to feel inspired. You want to think of your progress this way. Well, this is what you made right now. The next day, you just learn how to sculpt a block out of the face. You just learn how to do that. That is progress. That is one step closer to making something that you admire. The next day, what you do is you try figuring out, okay, what are the proportions? Where do I make the nose, the eyes, and the ears? You just want to learn how to block them out. That is it. That is all you need to do. The next day, just learn how to detail the nose. And lo and behold, bro, as you keep doing this, you will fall in love with the process. And that is what happened to me, bro. Every day I would work on something that I knew I was weak in. And I kept improving. I kept improving. I kept improving. And then it got better. And then it got better. And then it got better. And then it's to the point where it is right now. And let me be honest with you, bro. A lot of the times what happens is you get some result. For example, I got some results here. This face looks a bit decent. But then when I try to sculpt pain, the result is worse than this one. And this time people are like, oh, bro, what happened? Oh my God, I messed something up. This is part of the process. It's part of the process, bro. It's never a straight line that's continuously going up. But progress is something like this. Okay, and as long as you keep identifying things that you are weak in, as long as you keep plugging in those holes, you will get better. You will get better. And you can see, bro, like I see this time and time again, like inside my free course, bro, people start from all sorts of places. Like look at the way he started, where he is now. I think I have another slide here somewhere. Yeah, here. So I make everyone post their level 0, and the reason I make them post their level 0 is because I want something for them to have to look back at and be proud of their progress. So when they look at this, and every day what they do is just focus on improving, focus on what they can improve. This is the kind of results they get in 15 days. 15 days here. You can see where he started. It sucks. But where he is after 15 days, it's amazing. You can see where Tom started. Day 0 sucks. Day 32, insane results. Vlad on his day 0, day 1. This is an absolute abomination. Sorry, Vlad. But this is the kind of sculpts that Vlad makes now. This is the kind of sculpts that Vlad makes now. So it is part of the process, bro. If you suck right now, it does not mean that this is not for you. It just means that you are early in the process. All you have to do is follow the steps. Believe in the process. Look at all of the results here, bro. This is where Janelle started, where she is now. Where Alex started, where he is now. Frank, his results. Lee, his results. Vlad, his results. Kasim, where he started, where he is now. Look at this Vecna. So good, bro. Look at Nicola, where he started. And now he found a passion for dinosaurs and he's making dinosaurs. He has his own YouTube channel, by the way, which you should go and subscribe. It's Opalescence 3D. And it's amazing, bro. Everyone starts somewhere. And this is the ugly side that no one shows you. No one wants to show you because this is not sexy. This is not cool, bro. But this is the reality that people need to realize. No one is sent from the sky with a magic graphic tablet that they just wave around and make masterpieces. No one, like even Michelangelo, bro, like one of the greatest sculptors of all time, he did not chisel his way out of his mother womb. That did not happen, bro. He sucked initially. And it makes me admire traditional artists even more. Oh boy, I think I'm getting a sneeze. Just a sec. Oh bro, this is such an uncomfortable feeling when the sneeze is right there, but it's not happening. It's so annoying. The feet were massive, bro. I'm sculpting Mahoraga. I'm not sculpting Bigfoot. So I need to shrink it down. Yeah, what I was saying was, it just makes me admire traditional sculptors even more, bro. Like, imagine how much marble did they have to waste? How much patience did they have? Like, completing a marble piece, I don't know, but it takes weeks, days, and if the result sucks, the whole piece of marble is now wasted. Those people back then, they never gave up. That is something that they were passionate about. Yeah, no control Z, exactly, no control Z at all. No, you can't undo. If you strike the hammer too hard, the marble cracks. It's a piece of shit, bro. It's wasted. It's wasted. And now what happens is Jerry's try for a day. They're like, no, bro, I've been trying to learn sculpting for a day. I sculpted straight for 4 hours. I still can't sculpt Goku, bro. This is not for me. I think I should give up. What the fuck, bro? No. You just have too high expectations. And Jerry's, bro, we don't want to be Jerry's. So the best way to look at this is just little actions every day, baby steps every day. As long as you are getting better, you are in a good place. Do not compare yourself with anyone else. Do not compare your results with anyone else. Just realize that your competition is you from yesterday. As long as you sculpt something better from yesterday, as long as you are improving, as long as you are destroying your real competition, which is you, by the way, you are on a good track. You will improve. You just have to keep doing it, and result will automatically follow. For me, bro, I had to come up with this rule for myself that I will not judge my sculpts until the year is over. And after 1 year, will I judge where I am? Yeah, and I got results sooner than a year, bro. Before that, I had wasted six years of my life trying to figure it out with the bad mindset, bad practices, bad mental model, bad approach. It always sucks, bro. You don't want to do that to yourself. It's so unfair to yourself. Bounding box center, just up a bit. Okay, looks nice. I feel like the torso is really small, especially the abdomen area, just looking at the reference now. So I'll just extend that a bit. Oh yes, I remembered now. I wanted to ask, what is regular intervals in which you accept new people into school? There's not a fixed interval, bro. Like currently, the reason that I stopped taking admissions was because I just wanted to focus on the people who, I just wanted to focus on the mentorships. But I will be opening the slots soon again. Before this, it was an evergreen model where it's just open. People can join in at any time. I think I might switch back to it, but I'm not really sure. I just do not want to compromise the result of the people inside. So for that, I had to close in the slots. Before this, we had a monthly subscription model as well, but that is not something that I'm offering anymore. The only thing that I'm offering now is mentorship. I just want to work with people one-to-one, get them insane results, and just focus all of my attention there. But if someone wants to learn for free, they are more than welcome to join the 1 month challenge, bro. I gatekeep nothing. I do not gatekeep any information. I'm gonna post my level 0 today. Finally started. Let's go, my man. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Next year, when I turn 16 and get a job, I will be joining elementary school. I'll be looking forward, my man. By the way, guys, let me tell you one thing. When you're sculpting the torso, the most important thing in the torso, the most important thing is the nipple. And why the nipple, you may ask? That is because the nipple, bro, the nipple is the point. So when you're sculpting the torso, bro, the nipple is the point. And if you do not sculpt the nipple, bro, what's the point? What's the point if there's no nipple, bro? So the nipple is the most important thing, bro. If there's no nipple, there's no point. So do not mess the nipple up, bro. The nipple is super, super important. If just remember, if there's no nipple, there's no point. That's something I was expecting. Bro, it is true. Like, come on, isn't the nipple the point? Isn't that the point, bro? It's the point. The way that you calculate where the nipple is it's almost 90 degrees. I think mine is a bit off onto the right, but it's looking fine. So I'll just keep it there. It's okay. Do you use ZBrush? No, bro. I haven't tried ZBrush yet. And I don't think I ever will, bro. I just love Blender so much. And I just want to stay loyal to Blender. Blender is something that I always wanted to learn. Even when I was in my university, I always wanted to learn Blender. It's too bad that they taught us how to use Maya and Mudbox. Whereas I wanted to learn Blender even then. So now that I have the opportunity, I just want to keep learning Blender. And I just believe this is such an amazing piece of software, bro. It's free and it's so powerful. And I'm very happy to see Blender being used inside the industry now as well. So a lot of studios are leaning over to Blender. A lot of new stuff is being created inside Blender. And it's amazing, bro. I just love Blender. Though I do believe that ZBrush is a superior software when it comes to sculpting. So sculpting specifically, ZBrush is definitely a much superior software. No doubt about that. But my personal, yeah, I just have a emotional attachment to Blender. I just love Blender. Blender is almost the second love of my life. I don't want to cheat on Blender. If you could marry any brush in Blender, what would it be? I think I would marry the smooth brush. Yes, definitely the smooth brush. What about you, bro? What brush would you marry? What do you think of VR sculpting? I tried it and it's really fun, but definitely need touches on Blender afterwards. I haven't tried VR sculpting yet, bro. Though it does sound exciting. I haven't even tried. No, I have tried VR. I tried it on PS4. I played this game. I don't remember what game it was, but it was a horror game. And I was blown away. Okay, it was much better than I expected. I could actually feel the depth between objects. I just saw that it's like a screen in front of you with just a big view, but no, bro. Like there's proper depth to things. There's peripheral vision and everything. It's extremely indulging. So I did enjoy VR, but I haven't tried VR sculpting yet. How does it work, by the way? Like, do you have controllers? How do you use the shortkeys or whatever? How do you pick brushes and everything? Is it like an interface where you hover and click for the brush? Is that how it works? The smooth brush would be a good option. I think I would marry the grab brush because, to be honest, it's my favorite brush. Oh, do you need it to grab something? Bro, is there a double meaning to this? I'm curious. You want the grab brush to grab something of yours. And is that why it's your favorite? if you would marry that brush, bro. Yeah, the torso looks good. The block out looks nice. We will be adding all of these details later, but I just want to be happy with the block out first. So I am happy with the block out. Let's block out the arms, shall we? There's no double meaning. I like the grab brush because it's the first brush I learned how to use, and you can really do almost any sculpt with it. If you, yeah, bro, I agree. You know, there was just this. Sometimes what happens is I find myself just using the mouse, and I'm just pushing the clay around with the grab brush, just pushing things around, and you can definitely get get done with the grab brush. If there was a challenge where I have to use just one brush for a sculpt, I would definitely go with the grab brush as well. But of course, it is possible. It would take a lot of patience. And I'm bad with patience, to be honest. I've learned to be patient over time. Patience is something that I wasn't very good at. But it is definitely a virtue to have. People should learn to be patient. Not everything in life is instant. And patience has definitely helped me in a lot of areas of life. You'd have a palette of brushes on your hand, but it can be configured. The game changer is the depth perception. Yeah, 100%. Like the depth perception was something that took me by surprise. I was not expecting it when I tried VR for the first time. It was amazing. Like I guess you can almost draw with it, but it takes super long since you have to push. Yeah. Yes, exactly that. You have to push everything individually. Takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. I remember I tried VR once on my friend's Quest 2. For a while, I was just staring down at the VR hands, just moving. Then it was so fascinating. I haven't tried Quest, but the VR that I tried was the PlayStation VR on the PS4. I also played Gran Turismo on it, so that was nice. But playing that horror game was the best, bro. Like it was so cool, bro. It felt so immersive. I loved it. But too bad I don't play video games anymore. To be honest, the GTA 5 coming out, the GTA 6 coming out, bro, it just waters my mouth, bro. GTA has always been one of my favorite titles. 100%, bro. And I think if I do get back at gaming, it would be because of that game. It would be because of GTA. But I don't want that to be now. Gaming has been one of the biggest distractions that I ever had, bro. And it just teaches a lot of bad things subconsciously people do not realize. For example, one thing that it teaches is that everything in life you can get instantly. If I want something in a video game, All I have to do is grind for a few days or just one night, and I would have that skin or weapon unlocked. The same thing when I try doing it in real life, it takes longer for me. And if you think about it, bro, real life is just like a video game. You are the main character of your video game, which is your life, and you have to level up as a character and as a human being. But what ends up happening is because the timeline in real life is so much longer than in a video game, we play video games instead. We play video games instead. I never got the concept of this video game called The Sims, where basically it's a real life simulator. You have to find a job, you make some money, you get into a relationship, and then you build your house, you find a job, bro. I never understood the concept of that game. Like, why do people choose to do this over doing the same thing in real life? It's just because the video games are an easier version of the things that you want. And hence we spend so much time playing those things. I tried the sim in VR and air show once. It was such a cool experience. They told me if I felt motion sick, I should tell them and they would remove it. I got motion sick and I was not telling them. Just do that in real life, lol. I don't like the Sims. Yep, I don't like the Sims either, bro. The same thing goes for any other game, bro. Like, people level up in Call of Duty. They think it's an achievement that they're leveling up. Wow, bro, I'm Prestige 5 in Call of Duty. Or they brag about the supercars that they have in GTA. Like, oh, bro, you know, I just bought this Edo in GTA. I bought this Antonio and I bought this T20. Who cares, bro? Who cares, bro? You're doing all of this effort to be someone in a world where no one cares. But when it's time to do the same things in real life, you're like, no, bro, this is so hard. It takes so much time. I don't know if this will work. I don't know if I will succeed. Like, what the hell, bro? You know, if you do try, there's actually a chance that you might succeed at the things that you want. Otherwise, there's 100% chance that you won't. So I know what odds I want to take. If there's an odd, bro, I would take it 100%. And when the question is your life, 100%, bro, you just take the odds. There's 100% chance you will never achieve the things that you want if you don't try. And if you try, that is your best shot at getting those things. Also, I'm finding I'm spending a lot less time in video games and way more in Blender now. My little brother is like level 304. So damn, bro, that's super high. I only bought like, I think 2 Fortnite games in total. And my technique was really simple, bro. My strategy was to hide in the bushes, get closer to the circle, and just pray to God that I can kill the final person. That was my Fortnite strategy, bro. And I was able to win 2 times. I just got lucky, bro. That was the strategy for Fortnite. And Fortnite is a good example, bro. So you probably know, bro, that when you say, okay, this is the last game, bro, just one more round, bro, one more round, that one more round never ends. It never ends, bro. And let me just share a bit of a personal story, bro. So I'll be super honest, bro. The reason that I used to hang out with such people, play all the time, was simply so that I don't feel lonely. I wanted to be surrounded by people. I wasn't in a good place mentally, and the only reason I hung out with such people who I know were harmful to me, who I knew did not contribute in any way in my life other than to bring me down, just waste my time, bro, was so that I don't feel lonely. And the realization that I came to was it's better to be lonely on your own than to be lonely in a group of people. Because what happens is when you get off that game, you still feel like a piece of shit. That game was a temporary distraction from all of your problems. The reason you're playing video games, you're brain rotting yourself, is so that you feel that pleasure. You use it as a source of distraction. You use it as a coping mechanism, but it's not a healthy coping mechanism. And that is what it was for me. So video game was a coping mechanism for me. Whenever I felt in a shitty place, I would just go and play some rounds of games with my friends. But in reality, bro, it was just an attempt to distract myself from the problems that I had, from the problems that I was running away from. So it's so much better to be lonely on your own, working on the things that actually matter. Because when you do accomplish them, you'll feel much better. You won't feel like a Jerry, bro. It's better to be lonely on your own, working on your things, than to be lonely in a group of people. Where, yeah, you feel distracted for the moment, but then you feel like a piece of shit when it's over. It's not a good place to be. Also, sculpting is constant stimulation, and you can just sculpt in quiet, sitting with your own thought. Yeah, bro, like, come on. Just imagine this, bro. This is an analogy that I like to share. You're sitting in an empty room. There's nothing in the room besides blank walls. You're bored out of your mind, bro. If I throw in a fidget spinner, you're going to play with that fidget spinner. You're going to keep playing with that because there's nothing else to do in that room. If I throw in a tennis ball, you're going to bounce that tennis ball off the wall, catch it again, bounce it and catch it again, because that's the new fun thing to do. And now if I throw in a computer which has Blender connected to it, the only thing you can open is Blender. By default, you're going to open and play around in Blender. But the moment I throw in your cell phone which has an internet connection, the moment I throw in an extremely stimulating video game, you're going to quit Blender, you're going to use those things. You're going to browse on social media, you're going to play that video game, because now that is the new best thing, new most fun thing. So the easiest way you can get addicted to sculpting is make it the most fun thing that you can do. I'm not quite ready to give up on games, but I made myself to a rule to be productive for 2 hours outside of work every day, coding and anything without AI, sculpting or paint. Bro, if this is something that you can not absolutely compromise or give up on, in that case, sculpt before you play your video games. We just need to get our priorities straight. A lot of the times what I see Jerry's complaining about is that they complain that, bro, I don't have time to sculpt. And the reason that they don't have time is because they're playing video games. They're jerking off in the toilet for more than an hour. They're edging in the toilet, bro. They're scrolling on social media. And that is an excuse. In that case, it's an excuse, bro. The reason that you're not sculpting is because you have a priority problem. People in that case, Jerry's do not have a time problem. They just have a priority problem. And if this is something you cannot give up, then at least the best thing we can do is to just sculpt before we indulge in these activities. I'm not against not having any pleasure at all. Of course you should. You should watch a movie here and there. Watch seasons, do whatever you want, bro. But we need to get our priorities straight. For me personally, video games was a really big distraction. I know that if I install, if the GTA 6 comes out, and I know if I install it right now, I am not the kind of person who's disciplined enough to resist that. I know this as a weakness of mine, that I cannot resist playing that video game if I know that is available in my computer or on my console or on my PlayStation. So for me, what makes sense is to completely give it up. I'm the kind of person, it's extremely easy for me to give up stuff instead of trying to resist them. If let's say I want to refrain from eating sugary foods or refrain from eating chocolate, the easiest thing for me is to not buy it in the first place, rather than buying it and then trying to resist it. So that's how I function. And I'm aware about this thing, about myself. So for me, I had to quit, bro. I had to quit. And I just replaced it with sculpting. So sculpting is the most fun thing that I can do in my day. This is my new video game. I love leveling up in this game. This character right now is definitely one of the boss levels, because I haven't tried creature sculpting before this. Features like this, I haven't tried it, so it's a boss level. I might fail, I might succeed, I don't know, but it's always a learning lesson for me. If the result over here is not satisfactory as I would want it to be, I'll figure out what went wrong. I'll see, okay, how can I improve? And that's how we play the video game of life. You let the primitive shape make the bicep and elbow pit for you. Oh, you mean this one? Yes. I sometimes do it this way, but sometimes I do it with the cylinder. Just a simple cylinder for the whole arm. So it depends, bro. This is also why watching people stream and trying to follow along, it does not work. The reason that it does not work is that I'm making decisions in real time what makes sense to me in this moment. If I was to sculpt this character again, maybe I would use a different approach. So the best way to learn is to invest in a program that teaches you a systematic approach. And once you understand why is the instructor doing this, why is he doing it this way, then you can make better informed decisions. Like watching someone stream and trying to follow along without having the foundational knowledge, but it just does not make sense. It will not end up good. An example of this is speed chart. So I know a lot of people watch speed chart and they say, okay, I just perform along speed chart as he is sculpting live. Bro, speed chart is fast as hell, bro. Like he's the Lightning McQueen of sculpting in Blender. There's no way anyone can keep up with him. And every time he sculpts, it's a different technique. It's a different method. If you do want to learn from speed chart, then just buy his course, bro. Because in his course, he shows you a way of how you can get similar results. I'm 7 months free of TikTok. I'm so glad I quit it. Whenever I tell people about it, they're like, what do you do in your free time? I tell them Sculpting Blender. Didn't know if you saw this. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I did not see it. Thank you for bumping this up. Yeah, bro. There you have it. When I went on social media detox, people ask me the same question, like, what do you do in your free time, bro? I work on the stuff that I want to work on. And I don't bitch and moan like you. Oh, bro, I don't have the time. You have to make the time, bro. You have to be accountable. No one wakes up with the responsibility of making your life better. No one wakes up with the responsibility of achieving your goals for you. No one does that. And people wait for this magical moment or this, when the time is right. I'll do it when the time is right. Bro, the time is never right. You will never feel prepared. You always have to take that leap of faith. It's just how it is, bro. Do it unprepared. Imperfect action beats a perfect plan, because a perfect plan does not exist. You figure things out on the way. You do something to learn something. You do something, you mess up, and then you realize, okay, what went wrong? How can I fix this? And that is how you learn, bro. I always wanted to be a YouTuber, even when I was in university, bro. And this thing is 8 years ago. That is when I wanted to become a YouTuber. But I started this channel almost 3 years ago. And for those 5 years, bro, I was just waiting for an opportunity. Oh yeah, someday I'll do it. Yeah, one day when I get better, that is when I will do it. When I become a pro, that is when I will start making content on YouTube. Bro, I did not wait for that opportunity. What I did is I just started documenting every single sculpt that I made. Every single day. I would just upload whatever I sculpted. And then it grew into this channel where I'm helping other people achieve the same things, but in a much shorter time span. So whatever took me years to learn, bro, I teach people the same thing in a month. They learn it in a month, bro. And People say, oh, that's not possible. Bro, results don't lie. I could be lying, but results don't lie. So all of these results, bro, they don't lie. Day 15, results in day 15, this is where he started. It took me years from get to here, but I'm helping other people get it within a month, bro, for absolutely free. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description. There's a pinned comment over here as well. Just go ahead, join the community, and let me show you how sculpting actually needs to be, how easy it actually is if you follow the right steps. And I can start to see this, bro. So the body looks really nice, but the face sucks a bit. Probably because I haven't done creatures like this. It almost reminds me, this portion reminds me of Yoshimitsu from the Taken game. People say that's impossible, but they still think they're going to find that. Bro, this is the thing, man. This is the thing, no, man. This is exactly true. What happens is people keep searching for that magic video, for that magic tutorial. They'll spend years trying to figure that shit out, trying to find that one magic formula, one magic tutorial that is going to automatically solve everything. It does not exist. What you have to do is pick one source of information and just commit to learning from that source of information. That is it. There is no magic formula. There is no shortcut. I swear you, this is the shortcut. You've been trying for more than months. People have been trying for years, but now they're getting results within a month. Is this not a shortcut? Is this not magic? Is this not magic, bro? Look at this. So Henry said this course was the best course I've seen in 5 years and probably the most intuitive and unoverwhelming. He was stuck in tutorial hell for 5 years, and this is what he posted on day 13 inside the Da Vinci School. Is this not magic? Is this not a shortcut? I don't know what is then. So this is magic. I would trade anything to go back in time and to learn this skill earlier. This is magic, bro. Like, people who have realistic expectations, people who are not Jerry's, they realize this, that this result is insane. But Jerry just said, no, bro, this is not magic. Magic will be when I can do this in one day. Fuck you. Yeah, keep trying to figure this shit out, bro. You'll never succeed. Keep wasting your time, bro. And yeah, when you do find that magic tutorial, do send it to me as well, bro. I'll quit my business, I'll close my channel, and I'll just promote that magic tutorial that you found. Because then I'd have no purpose, right? The magic formula exists. People just watch a video, they don't sculpt at all, they just watch a video, and boom, they're sculptors. Overnight, bro. Magic. When that happens, bro, do send me that tutorial. I'll close my channel. I'll close my business. I'll close everything. I'll stop teaching sculpting. Wait, can I just suggest something? Maybe move the nose pointing downwards. It's a detail I just noticed. Let me see. Oh yeah, you're actually right. Yep, definitely right on that. Let's do it. I do want to make this cloth thingy now. So let's do that. Oh, not cloth. It's a frock. So yeah, if you guys did not know, Mahoraga was a frog in the anime. He was actually a girl, but then he decided he wanted to be a man. Weird stuff, bro. This looks so much more amazing. You mean the nose? Definitely. I've never watched this anime, as a matter of fact, any anime but this character. Oh, this character was epic, bro. Like, if you had seen the anime, the moment this character arrived, it was amazing. I wasn't an anime fan either myself, but my friend introduced me to anime and I just loved them. Enjoyed it so much, bro. I always thought, bro, you think I'm a child? I'm gonna watch cartoon? I'm not gonna watch cartoon. Boy, bro, it's good. Animes are nice. I don't watch as much as I used to. I started Jujutsu Kaisen. This anime was Jujutsu Kaisen, JJK in short. And what happened was my brother said, "Bro, you have to watch this. You have to watch this." And personally, bro, I don't watch something unless I know it's complete. So if a show is not complete, I do not watch it. But I just do not like waiting for episodes. I do not like waiting years for the season to come out. If something is complete, I might give it a watch. But if it's not complete, I wouldn't dive into it, bro. I just cannot handle the suspense. I want to know what happens to the characters, what happens inside that world. So I started this anime thinking that this is something that is complete, but it wasn't. Now I have to wait for it to be complete, which sucks. I even introduced my dad to anime, and he had the same. He was like, "What? You think I'm a kid? What is this? I'm not gonna watch cartoons." And I'm like, "Dad, just watch one episode with me, and you can then make a decision." He was like, "Okay, fine. I'll just watch one episode because you say so." And then when he did watch the episode, I asked him, "Okay, how was it?" Like, meh, it's okay. I was like, "Okay, fine." He did not like it. It's okay. The next day, bro, the evening, my dad called me and he was like, "What did you do?" I was like, "What did I do?" And then he said, "Bro, I slept at 3 a.m. because I kept watching that shit. It was so good." And the anime that I recommended him was Death Note. So Death Note is really, really cool, bro. And one dirty thing that Death Note does is that the episode stops at a point where it's just impossible not to watch what happens next. So they just leave the episode as such a massive cliffhanger. You have to close that curiosity loop. Really good anime, by the way. If anyone wants to start watching anime, I would recommend they watch Death Note. So many people try and get me into anime, but it never clicks with me. For some reason, I watch other animated series like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh, bro, like if you can enjoy Avatar: The Last Airbender, you can enjoy anime. And I think the reason that you were never able to watch it was because they did not recommend you something that was nice. So Death Note is really nice. Very nice. I love Death Note. I rewatched it so many times. I think I watched it 3 times. Once by myself, once when I was showing it to my dad, and then I rewatched it with my wife. I introduced her to anime, and the anime that I made her watch was Death Note, and she loved it. The second anime we watched together was Attack on Titan. That was really nice as well. And the way that I like to watch anime is very interesting as well. I just like to watch them when I know I have a free weekend. I have a lot of time on my hand. I don't have any other priorities right now. And then I just binge that show. I just binge it like crazy, bro. So I'll complete the whole thing in a day or two. That is how I like to consume when I do consume. One episode a day, not my style, bro. I just cannot handle the suspense. I've tried it, it does not work. It does work a bit when I'm watching something with my wife, because then I do not want to complete or proceed without her. If you do that in a relationship, bro, it's worse than cheating. Continuing a show without your partner, it's worse than cheating, bro. The other anime people have tried to get me is bro, One Piece. Oh, bro, One Piece. One Piece is extremely slow, bro. The initial few episodes, they are painful to watch. I tried watching it as well, but it was so slow I could not commit to it. That is the reason that you weren't able to commit to it. I get it now. Yes, the reason you started by trying watching Death Note. That's the reason. Oh, One Piece. That's the reason right there. If you do want to get into it, if you do want to give it another shot, bro, I would recommend that you go ahead and watch Death Note. I think that should be the first anime that anyone watches. It's such a good entry level show, but there's a dark side to it as well. Once you watch it, nothing else is up to that standard, so you might not be able to watch other things after that, which just goes to tell how good it actually is. It's really good. The only anime I've ever considered is JJK because my friend told me about it, and it is very interesting. It is nice, but JJK is not complete, and I don't think it will be complete anytime soon either. So I wouldn't recommend watching it unless you can handle the suspense. I personally cannot. I wouldn't have started it if I knew that it wasn't complete. I wouldn't have started it. But yes, JJK is nice. It is actually good. So I just subdivided this so that I can sculpt a bit more better. There wasn't enough geometry to support the shape that I wanted here. I still cannot handle the suspense from across the... Oh, bro. Yes. I cannot wait for it either. And yeah, this like, come on, bro. Like, why did they have to sneak in a cliffhanger? I thought it was going to be a complete movie. But now we have to wait for part 2 for so long. It sucks, bro. Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Verse is hands down one of my favorite animated movies of all times. It's so good. I love it. If I had to choose a second place, it would be How to Train Your Dragon series. The How to Train Your Dragon series is really nice. I love How to Train Your Dragon. But yeah, now we have to wait patiently for Across the Spider-Verse. I think the name of the last one is Beyond the Spider-Verse. So the it was Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and the final one is going to be Beyond the Spider-Verse, if I'm not wrong. How to Train Your Dragon is peak. I agree, bro. I agree. No doubt there. I even knew how to play I used to play the How to Train Your Dragon theme on the piano. Now my piano keys they do not work. So what happened is if I press the key lightly, it presses. It's oh boy, the output is super loud. So what happens in a piano, in a good digital piano, is the softer you press, the lighter the sound. The heavier you press, the louder the sound. But mine, the pressure sensitivity does not work anymore. I've always been a big sucker for good soundtracks as well. So I was really into music, but not so much now. I liked to learn playing these themes on the piano and the guitar. I don't pay too much attention to music now. Yeah, before sculpting, I wanted to be a singer. But then I just found a bit more passion for sculpting than singing. To be honest, my favorite animated movie is Disney's Planes. I haven't seen it. I've been watching it since I was a toddler. Spider-Verse comes in second, and How to Train Your Dragon is third. I haven't seen Disney Planes. Actually, this is the first time I've heard of it. What if you'd recommend I'd watch? I feel like we have a similar taste to stuff. Need a bit of this tricep silhouette from the front. Very important. So many people miss this. So from the front, this is the bicep. That's it. This is another muscle in between. And then this right here is the tricep. Very important. From the front view, we should be able to see the tricep. Sometimes it's also peeking out from here. So let's see. Is it? In this case, it isn't. But you can see the tricep here. Definitely you can see it here. So it's really important to include this. People say it's a knockoff to cars, and with that I respond with a punch. It's legally an FBI agent. Please don't come to my house. Oh, so I get it now. So it's about airplanes that can talk and interact. Okay, I get it now. Is it about racing as well, where airplanes race? The first one is about racing, the second one is about firefighting. Okay, interesting. I did like Cars. Cars is a really nice movie. So I think if it's a rip-off, I would enjoy this as well. Hey, sir, can you show? Oh, yes. Bro, I always forget this. And you always remind me. So thank you. I think I can definitely move this one a bit behind. Shortcut is his courses? I thought you were talking about. Oh. Oh, he meant the shortcuts on the screen, the screencast. Mm, I think I liked it more before. So I'll just undo everything. Yeah, this seems better. Yes, shortcut is funny. Shortcut. Something that I don't think of that blows my mind is sculpts we do as sculptures used to be just puny little UV sphere. What do you mean by that? Could you elaborate a bit? The final result that we get after sculpting stuff used to be just a UV sphere before we transformed it into a masterpiece. Yep, exactly. Everything starts with a UV sphere. Unless, if you want to make a monkey instead of a UV sphere, you can just start with the monkey. And boom, you have a good blockout for the monkey. Yep. So primitive shapes are really important, bro. And the most primitive shape for a human is literally primitive. Okay, one thing that I'm noticing is that his ponytail is not long enough. So this one is even lower than his ass, but I did not make it that big. So his ponytail definitely needs to be bigger. Is this how Mahoraga flies, by the way? Chuk 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 chuk. Chuk 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 chuk. And then he sets off. Oh my god, bro. That does not happen in the anime, by the way. This happens when you drink too much Red Bull. So when you drink too much Red Bull, bro, it gives you wings. They never define which place it's going to be. It's from your eyes. Lol, he can fly. He can fly, but that's not how he flies. That's not how he flies. It's a bit blurry to me now. I don't remember if he flies or if he just jumps really, really high. I think he did fly. Not sure. Do correct me if I'm wrong. I cannot recall completely. It's been a while. I think he can fly. Because I do remember some aerial fight happening. I just do not recall if it was because of the jump or because he was flying. Maybe he used to be an Olympic high jumper. Probably, bro. It reminds me of the Kung Fu Hustle scene where the guy just turns into a toad and then he's flying all around the room. That was crazy, bro. I think we have a pretty decent blockout. Let's see. Yep. Let's isolate the legs. That was just the blockout. It's already masterpiece in my style. No, bro. This is a blockout. We still have to sculpt all of the details of the muscles and everything. It took me longer because yeah, we definitely had to work on the face, and clothing is not something I'm super comfortable with. Like clothing is really easy. You just have to extract meshes from your corrector, but you need to get good basic shapes before we add in the folds and everything. So it's all going to look much better. Clothing is something you can spend as much time as you want on it. You can keep detailing it, keep adding folds to it. Similar that goes for hair, but like hair is something you can detail forever. These are some things that takes long to get good results with. Unlike the body and the face, you can get them done quickly, relatively quickly. But clothing, up, not at all. If you mess this basic shape up, it's going to be a pain in the ass to adjust it later. Let me sip some water. My throat is parched. Is that sentence correct? Is it my throat is parched or is it I'm parched? I'm not sure. What's the time? Oh, 3:04. Okay, 4 p.m. I have to leave because we have the weekly call inside the Da Vinci School. And if it's not complete by then I have to do a second part of the stream. Well, let's see. Let's try. I'm just taking my time with this one. No rush today. I explained to my grandma why I was sculpting heads without eyes and stuff. And I told him, Grandpa, and I told him about having a good base mesh. Now he refers to people who are chopped as having, oh my god. People who are chopped? What do you mean by people who are chopped? Chopped meaning ugly. Oh, I thought you meant something like people who got into an accident and got amputated or something. It reminds me of a joke, bro. So a guy got into an accident. I forgot what was the joke, bro. Yeah. And he almost crushed his left side. So his complete left side, he crushed it. And then he was rushed to the emergency theater and everything. And then when the doctor came out, the family was like, "Hey, doctor, how's Jerry?" And he said, "He's all right." And then go ahead and check. And then he said that he's completely disabled. And like, "Doctor, you said he's all right." Yeah. They're like, "Check again. He's all right." So his right side is okay. That it's a dad joke. I love dad jokes. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, man. I love bad dad jokes. I love bad dad jokes. If you have a bad dad joke, please let me know, bro. I love bad dad jokes. Yeah, I love dad jokes as well. I don't know, bro. Like people, I don't know why people like to hate or lie about their humor. Personally, like I'll be honest, bro. I highly enjoy dark humor, and a lot of people just be like they want to be a good person. They say, no, I don't like dark humor, bro. That's so mean. That's so rude. I'm like, bro, like it's just a joke. We should learn to accept jokes as a joke. And the same people who complain about, "Oh, bro, this is so dark. I'm a good person. I don't want to laugh at this." They're the same people that will go home and watch Family Guy and laugh their butt off. Or they'll watch Rick and Morty and be like, "Wow, this is the best show ever." Like, how does that make sense, bro? It's hypocritical. Why does Batman protect pigs dressed in black? Gotham. Gotham. I personally believe that real comedy is always somewhat offensive. It's always somewhat offensive. Like the good time that we have with our friends, when we can roast the shit out of them, we can joke about them however we want. The joke is slightly offensive. That is what makes it funny. So, yeah, some comedy it has to be offensive. Not that bad, or even a lot. We should learn how to accept joke as a joke. Like, I love brown jokes that are about brown people. I love them. Jokes, like it's a joke, bro. I love slightly offensive jokes. This one, yeah, I agree, bro. They are hilarious. I have a friend whose whole humor is just stating tragedies of family of five who brutally died in house fires. What? I have a friend whose whole humor is just staring tragedies of families of five who brutally died in house fires. Bro, I don't get it. How like is there a joke that he tells you specifically? Or that tragedy in itself is funny to him? It's so random how he just brings it up. It's funny. We suspect this friend is schizophrenic, but we can't be sure. What's schizophrenic? I've heard this term before. It's a chronic, severe mental health disorder that affects how a person thinks. Individuals may struggle to distinguish reality, often experience a combination of delusions, hallucinations. Damn! There is no cure. Okay, so that is intense, bro. Does he see those people burning in front of them? It's when they see things that's not there, like crazy people. Oh boy, that must be scary. Okay, this puzzle is something that I have to invent because I can see it peeking here, I can see it somewhere here, but I'm not sure what this is. And this is the problem with AI references sometimes. So I'm not sure what this thing actually is, but I'll just roll with it. Wait, where did the YouTube screen go? Okay, here it is. He talks about demon-like creatures that are his friends, but honestly, I don't know if he's joking or telling the truth. Bro, I'm not sure either. Maybe just go and ask. But I am curious, bro. I haven't heard of this. I think I have heard of this before, but I did not know that it was this severe. Also, it says that it has no cure. So I wonder how these people function day to day. It very might be his humor, but he sticks with demon friends. It might be real. Anyways, got to go for a bit. I was asking, yeah, take your time, my man. I don't know, bro. Like, people like to joke about mental diseases. I don't know why that is cool. Okay, I want to die. I have depression. Yeah, bro, my life is so depressed, bro. Oh, I have ADHD. For some people, it is humor. But I feel like thinking of yourself this way, where you joke about you being depressed, you actually do become. So eventually it becomes real. Something we should completely avoid joking about, especially when it comes to us. Okay, let's also finally block out this thingy here. That I don't know what this is. Yeah, the wheel of I don't know the thing that gives him life. Let's just roughly block this out as well. So I'll just use some modeling skills. I don't know why, bro. I'm not super good at sculpting inside Blender. Oh, modeling inside Blender. Yep, this should do it. So my Blender modeling skills suck. Bridge, yes. Okie dokie, and welcome back, my friend. Oops, SRX90. Yep. There was a way to rotate stuff with. Oh, yeah. You hold control. Perfect. Let's duplicate both of them. R, control. Okay, that looks good. UV sphere. Okay, how do I snap it here to here? Okay, let's try. Cursor to world origin. Nope. Origin to 3D cursor. Yup. Let's duplicate this. S, what axis is? Y -1. Boom. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's duplicate this. And let's duplicate this. Okay, that should do the trick. Okay, this is funny because this does not make sense. Yeah, this does not make sense. How is this penetrating his body here? I'll have to move it somewhere here then. Yeah, AI references do not make sense at times. I'm curious now, where is it in the anime? Let's see. Mahoraga. Okay. Yeah, it's hovering above his head. I want to see the anime. Yes, so it's hovering above his head. I do like it here a bit more. Just makes the silhouette really interesting. We'll push it up. Question: would extremely jacked women have defined muscles like men do normally, or will it still be very fine and oh, let me read that again. Question: would extremely jacked women have defined muscles like men do normally, or will it be very fine and undefined? Depends, though. If the woman is on testosterone, she'll have very defined muscles. That's a halo ring. Okay, even in that case, the part between it's not as thick as the ponytail. By a halo ring, you mean that this part is a hole, right? Like this. You mean like this, right? But yeah, I mean, in the sketches, let me try to find it from the anime. It doesn't look like a halo though. Mahoraga, right. I think by halo it means hovers over the head like an angel's halo. No, I think he meant hole. Okay, but do you mean it hovers over the head like a halo? Or do you mean it has a empty space in between? Yeah, see, I don't think it's a halo though. There's like another orb in the center, or a cylinder. Pip, 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 pip. Yeah, it's not a hole. Okay, this is not from the anime. Oh my god. Mahoraga, JJK, anime, scene. Let's see here. Okay. Hovers above the head. But how does it look like? Like, why can't you find the scene that you want when you actually need it? Okay, here it is. And yes, it's like another orb in the center. So it definitely just hovers over the body and the head. Yeah. Oh, to answer your question, the females, bro, if she's on testosterone, then she would look jacked. Jacked females. So I think this could be natural. But yeah, this definitely not natural. Usually, like even toned females with lower body count, not body count. Oh my god, bro! Like fat percentage, not body count, fat percentage. Females with less fat percentages, toned females, they do not have abs as defined as males. Still, their body looks pretty smooth. You might see some definition, but you won't see a lot. Also, testosterone is important if you want to make muscle even as a man. So when the testosterone thing is higher, when the testosterone is higher, then your body can hold and support more muscle. If it's low, then your body cannot hold more muscle. The reason females cannot is because, of course, they have less of the testosterone hormone. So even if they do train heavy, if they do lift weights, it does not make them jacked. So, bro, in anime, the thing is hovering in his head. Yep. Okay, let's move it here. Somewhere in the middle of both. Okay. Perfect. What I would want to do is to just roughly combine this for now. So I'll just combine this. Transform. Combine. Recalculate normals. And I just want to hide this because it's a bit distracting. Thank you so much. My pleasure. But it's time to detail this, and I cannot simply complete this within half an hour. So I think I'm going to stop here, and we're going to pick exactly from here in the next stream, where we will be sculpting details on the Mahoraga. So this was good for blocking everything out. In the next one, we'll be working on the details. Adding all of the muscle details, the shreddedness, working on the clothes. So it definitely has to be another video. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll just hang around for a few minutes to see if there's any questions and answer them. But if not, then I would like to show you the community that I have here. This community is a free community, and you get the best sculpting course for beginners over here absolutely for free. It's broken down into simple steps, week 1, week 2, week 3, and if you complete these steps, you will learn sculpting in the easiest way possible without being overwhelmed by anatomy, without being overwhelmed by bullshit terms that you don't need, bro. And you can see the kind of results that we produce inside the community. Insane results in very little time. And the way that this works, the reason that this works is because I do not overwhelm you with stuff that you don't need. I won't dive into complex anatomy terms. I won't dive into complex muscles or the planes of the face or the things that you don't need. No, bro, I'll just teach you in a step-by-step way that allows you to observe things and understand what I'm doing. So this is what I wish I had when I was learning how to sculpt. Took me years, but now I'm just helping other people get results in a month. But if you're a bit more serious or you want to go to the next level, you want to learn more complex stuff, then you can consider joining the Da Vinci School. Just go to this page, there's a link in the description, and book a call with me. And I will walk you through, in the free call, I will walk you through exactly how we will go about achieving your results. And let's look at the wins here. So the wins here are insane, bro. We have Ryan King inside, we have Henry, who sculpted Omni-Man on his day 100. He was always excited to make stylized characters. He did it. Joshua completed the torso. You can see the results that we have from the anatomy course inside. It's really, really cool. Let's look at some more results. You can see Jonah. He completed the legs and how good the legs look. So this is the place where you want to be if you want to proceed further and learn more complex things. Yep. Go ahead, book a free call, bro. I would love to walk you through the entire process of how we can get you results. Thank you so much. Free call was really fun from my testimony. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, my friend. Perfect. If there's nothing else, I'll just stop this stream here and we'll pick it up from here in the next stream. Oops, what happened here? Oops, yep. Let's see this. And here's a fist bump. Goodbye. Where's the end stream button? Okay, fine. Here's a fist bump. Goodbye. Boom.